Hello there, it's me Unstable Voltage, and welcome to a new series of Sid Meier's Civilization VI. So a couple of months ago, Firaxis released a season pass for Civ 6 that promises to deliver at least 6 DLCs. This is a little bit strange because they didn't do that with Civilization 5. It had its two major updates, two major expansions, and they did release some small DLC packs that just contained additional civilizations, along with some single-player scenarios, which isn't something that I generally really play. But Civilization 6 has had its two major updates, and now we've got this Season Pass. And along with offering additional civilizations, they also promise to add new content, most of which hasn't been announced yet. But judging by the two that have so far, I'm guessing we're going to be seeing things like new wonders, so natural wonders and world wonders, city-states, new units, new districts, new buildings, that kind of thing. But one of these expansions, or one of these DLCs is out already, and it adds something very unique. It actually adds a new game mode called Apocalypse Mode. This game mode adds new natural disasters, larger and more impactful versions of the existing disasters, and increases the chances of all natural disasters. Apocalypse Mode also adds the Soothsayer unit to the game, and should the climate reach its final level of change, comets pummel the Earth and destroy humanity. The Soothsayer is an Apocalypse Mode specific support unit. It can cause a disaster action to begin a random disaster in the hexes near the unit, but doing so destroys the Soothsayer if it has no more charges. So we're going to start a new game. I'm going to play on King for a couple of reasons, 3 reasons maybe. So I haven't ever completed Civilization 6 on Deity. I have with Civ 5, but I think the highest I've ever done with Civ 6 is like Emperor, because I've not put as much time into it. I'm also really rusty because I haven't played Civ 6 for ages, and on top of that, we're playing with this new Disasters, or this new Apocalypse game mode. So I want to enjoy it and have a chance of winning. I'm going to play on King. We are going to go with a Fractal map, because that's always been my favourite. We're going to go for a standard size, so we've got a bit more room to play in. And we're going to tick the Apocalypse mode, which instantly puts the disaster intensity up to 4 and locks it. So we are going to pick our leader. We're not going to go random. So there are 2 new leaders that were added in this first DLC. The first one being, when I can find her, because I didn't look where she was on the list, Lady Six Guy is a new leader for the Maya. And basically it's all about being 6 tiles away from the capital. So any cities that you own that are within 6 tiles of your capital city gain 10% to all yields, but other cities that are outside of 6 tiles from the capital actually get minus 15% to all of their yields, and plus 5 combat strength to units within 6 tiles of the capital. So it's all about being within those 6 tiles of the capital. I'm not going to go through and read the rest of the stuff there for the Maya. You can go ahead and read through that yourself if you want. You can pause up. But we are going to be playing as, what I can find in there, he is Simon Bolivar. Now, forgive my mispronunciation of the Colombian leader here, but I believe it's Simon. And basically he can earn a Commandant General when the game enters a new era. So what's a Commandant General? It's a special type of great person that's only available to Simon, and each has unique abilities, including a passive effect and a retire effect. So it's kind of like just a normal general, but they have some additional or slightly different abilities. He gets +1 movement to all units, but promoting a unit doesn't end the unit's turn. And I think that is so powerful, being able to promote a unit without ending its turn. So many times when you've got a unit attacking like an archer or an artillery who doesn't need to move, but you've got a choice. You can either take a shot with them and pass upon the chance of promoting them on that turn, or you can promote them on that turn and pass upon the chance of being able to take a shot with them, even though they've got, you know, sort of 2 movement points left. So that is going to be quite a nice thing. Then we have Hlanero. It's probably not Hlanero because double L in is Closest to me, the place that's pronounces double L is Wales, which is a hl sound. It's not going to be that, so I'm just going to say Lanero. Gran Colombian Industrial Era unique unit that replaces the cavalry. It's got a low maintenance cost and +4 combat strength for every adjacent Lanero, so obviously we want to have those together if we can. Fully heals when in range of a Commandant General that activates his retire ability. And then we have Hacienda. Unlocks the builder ability to construct Hacienda, unique to Gran Colombia. Gives us +2 gold, +1 production and +1 housing and +1 food for every 2 adjacent plantations. Increased to every plantation with replaceable parts. Plantations and haciendas receive +1 production for every 2 adjacent haciendas. Increased to every hacienda with rapid deployment. Can only be built on plains, plains hills, grassland and grassland hills. Okay, so that is Simon Bolivar of Gran Colombia. Let's jump in. Okay, so here we are at the start of our new game. I skipped all of the Sean Bean narration stuff at the beginning because we've mostly heard it all before, and I didn't want to get a copyright strike for the music. Now, for those of you who are bound to ask, and I will, if I remember, put a link to it in the description, I use something called the Concise UI mod, which is why there's this weird little button thing down here. This allows me to get to the options of the Concise UI mod. It doesn't change anything about the way the game works. It just changes the user interface to make some things easier to get to with fewer clicks. It gives me the option to add some little notes on stuff. Changes the ribbon slightly so it's a mouse over rather than having it take up lots of the screen. It makes just lots of little tweaks here and there. Some of these things aren't part of the Concise UI mod and are actually into the base game now, and I can never remember what they are. But that's what I'm using. So if mine looks different to yours, it's because I'm using the Concise UI mod. So as we are playing Gran Colombia with Simon Bolivar, whatever victory type we go for, it's probably going to be mostly relying on our military, simply for the fact that we have the ability to move further in a turn, and we have our unique general unit. So very much thinking that it's centered around a sort of a militaristic play style. So that's what we're going to be doing. So we'll have a quick look around here. I don't think there's any real reason to move. If we settle here, this is actually a really good spot. We're going to have marble, we're going to have crabs and turtles, we're going to have stone, 2 rice. That cotton is within range. That stone's within range. Yep, this is a good spot to settle. So we're just going to go and put the city right down there. And of course that gives us the boost to sailing because we've got a coastal city. Now, it has been a long time since I played this, so I'm probably going to forget what I'm doing. But let's do what we can. So we could go in and try and get early mining. So we could get the stone and marble. Or we could go into early animal husbandry and try and find out where the horses are. Or pottery. I mean, there are a lot of choices right here. Let's go in and get mining. Now we need to produce something. We're probably going to have barbarians and stuff around here. I'm not going to start off with the monument like I usually do. Let's get a scout out first. Although, I've got a feeling we're on a very small island here. So, I'm not necessarily too worried about that. Now, that says we've discovered a new continent. Have we actually found 2 continents already? Or was that just... No, that's just our initial continent. So, that's fine. And let's get rid of those lenses. So, I wonder why we didn't... There's a policy or a science that you get the boost for. In fact, it's the civic, isn't it? Foreign trade. So, I wonder why we hadn't got the boost to that. But it's because it just told me I'd discovered my initial continent, which is a bit weird. But there you go. So we don't want to stretch too far. We found our first city-state already. There's some salt up here. Looks like we're quite towards the north of the map because we've got some tundra, which is fine. We don't want to go too far forwards. Do you have a mission for us? Probably not yet. Have a quick look up here because there might be a goodie hut or something. And there is one right there. So we definitely want to grab that. Hopefully it'll be something useful. So grab the goodie hut. That gives us a boost to craftsmanship, so that's not shabby. And then let's go and have a little look with our Very mobile scout now, because obviously, remember, we have the additional movements. That's really going to help us out. There is a river. I think I'm going to bring these guys back. Although I'm not overly concerned at this moment about... I'm not overly concerned right now about bandits or barbarians or whatever. So we could get a builder in 7 turns. I think we're going to get out a slinger, though, to be honest, just in case.
بفضل منه الواحد الأحد القوي المنتصر الدائم الذي لا ينتهي ملكه أرسل إليك تحياتي يا صديقي العزيز.
Okay, so we have met Saladin. Honor to meet you. Let's sample your hospitality. You're actually down here to the south, so okay. We get a boost to writing. That is good. Let's just have a quick look over here. I'm not seeing an awful... There's a lot of salt up here, actually. This is potentially a decent place for a city. Salt, rice, wheat, copper. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, if we could settle somewhere like here, possibly. I'll definitely keep an eye on that. We will bring you back. So we ran into your warrior. So you're quite close then with the look of things. I want to try and find a goody hut if we can. Now, what do we know about you? So you are a militaristic city-state. So that's fine. What is your special ability? Land combat or support units are 20% cheaper to purchase with gold. See, that could be also useful for us as well. So I quite like the idea of that. Okay, fine. So let's keep working on that slinger. As we have a city-state so close by and another civilization, I think we are probably relatively safe from barbarians. But you never know. What's this maze? When was this added? I don't remember there being maze in the game. When did they add this? Was this added in an expansion? It might have been. So basically it's +2 gold when farmed. Okay, fine. That's something new. Don't remember that before. Do I want to keep looking around here? Yes, because I've just found another goody hut. We'll pick that up and we will head back. So we might want to build a city over here, actually. And we have met Russia.
Достойный правитель, подобный вам, должен ценить все самое изысканное. Любите ли вы искусство подобно мне?
So let's see where he is. So that's his capital. So building up here is probably not going to be a fantastic idea. Goody hut just gives us gold. Not that useful, but... So I definitely want to try and build up here. Maybe grab... I mean, this wouldn't be the greatest spot because it is tundra, but there is salt, there is wheat, there are fish. So at least if we grabbed one here, that would kind of give us a canal city. It might not be a bad idea trying to do that. Okay, let's start getting you back. Oh, we have a barbarian camp. Well, we'll go and clear that. Actually, we'll go over there with the slinger. Unit needs orders. Let's continue to explore with you. Probably not going to find any goody huts or anything over here because they're all going to be cleared out between those two.
Quit digging.
So there's mining done. We probably want... Let's get animal husbandry because if we find out where horses are, it might influence where we want to put our first city, which we will want to get out relatively quickly. Let's get out a builder. We still want to get up our population. We don't really need the culture right now. Let's lock that in because we want the production. But let's go for... We can either go for 3 food or 2 food and 1 production. Let's go for the... So what have we got at the moment? We are working on 7 turns for a builder. If we move here, we'll grow 1 turn sooner, but the builder won't take any longer. So that's the way to go. You'll notice there that when I went to the city screen, I just clicked straight on the population and it gives me this layout. If I go straight on and click on the what we're producing, it takes me to the production queue. And if I go and click on... depending on where you click here, it gives you different things. Some of this is part of the concise UI mod, where it works slightly differently. Let's go ahead and put you next to the barbarian camp. Are we going to get any barbarians down here to the south? I don't think so. We might. So we do need to be careful. There's a lot of maize around here. We do need to start colonizing relatively quickly. A delegation from Peter? Sure. I mean, if we're going to be able to stay friendly with these guys for a while, that's not a bad thing. Let's continue trying to get you up and around to fight there. I think you can attack them. There's no reason why we can't weaken them with our warrior. Let's keep looking with you. I think our chances of finding any goody huts are pretty low.
It is not wisdom, but authority.
So there's Code of Laws done. Let's pick up strength when fighting against barbarians, and let's pick up God King. It's a little bit of extra money, and we'll get some faith. Not necessarily convinced that we'll be able to get a religion. I never usually can. Let's work on craftsmanship. We haven't got the boost for foreign trade yet. So you're just going to heal up now. I don't need to necessarily attack that guy. More worried about just getting our slinger over there right now. Get the boost for archery. So let's keep having a look around. Sometimes you do find a goody hut that the AI's missed because they went off in a different direction. Yeah, so you guys start working your way over here because that boost to archery will be really nice. We have found a lot of barbarians. They are not my problem. Let's head back in the other direction. What have we got here? A burnt rainforest. Okay, that's another tile that I haven't seen. I didn't realise that rainforest could burn. Is that the same way as having a flooded tile? Although you don't have to do anything about those, do you? I'm learning a lot more about this game now. So it doesn't really come up with anything when I type. Interesting. Anyway, let us push on. Rainforest regrown. After being destroyed by fires, 2 rainforests have regrown. Interesting. So it's just an effect of what happens when stuff gets damaged by natural disasters. Leave you there for now. Just continue to heal up in case those warriors come out. And yeah, let's just move away from your barbarian problem there. Yep, you can give me free money as well. I have no problems with that. You can't move any further. Okay. So we're going to move you in. You are going to do the initial attack, and you should be able to finish them off, right? There we go. There is our boost to archery. And then we can clear that camp on the next turn. Got a tech boost, need more housing, and lots of other stuff. Okay, so that is cleared. Free gold. Let's bring you home. Barbarians, you're over there. So that is potentially problematic. Because you are quite close. But we're sort of bringing people home now. So that's not really much of an issue. Let's keep looking in this direction. I mean, this might be... There's no rivers around here. I mean, I guess we could build a city here. Be next to a mountain. We'd have stone. We'd have wheat. We'd have maize. We would be out of reach of the cattle. But we couldn't really do that without moving away from the river. We'd have this stone. We'd have this maize. So that's not a bad spot for another city. So that's definitely one of the spots that I'm going to consider.
In heaven, then when I die...
So there's animal husbandry done. We're not going to do anything until we're up to 4 population. We do have 3 population now. Let's move this one into there. 15 turns until growth. That's quite slow. But with that said, we have just got a builder. Let's go ahead and work on pottery before archery. Let's go ahead and upgrade these farms. So that's given us a boost to irrigation. So now that we've got that, that's put us down to 12 turns because we're getting an extra food there. That's fine. So we've finished the builder. We do want to... They're not getting a settler yet. Let's get the monument first. Let's bring you home because you can heal up at home. And we want to bring the slinger home for defense purposes. We have met Alexander.
Χοαεσέτο στρατεγός τες Ελλάδος. Αρού ακέκο ασπεριμού.
So we've got someone who is relatively hostile, relatively militaristic, and he's willing to give us a delegation as well. Excellent. I'm getting a lot of free money from people here today. So we've met another city-state, and we've just met a barbarian scout. Obviously that city-state's going to be... Alexander's going to be upset that we've met a city-state. We've got a barbarian scout right here. We don't have enough movement to take him out. I've put the slinger next to him just so we get the adjacency bonus and zone of controls. We might be able to take that out on the next turn. So we've got this builder. Yes, let's go ahead and get this. We will get the stone and the marble. We are going to need more builders, lots more builders. I'm still thinking this is probably the best spot. I don't know what's down here, actually. I should have had a better look. But we're definitely going to want to get ourselves some more... Right, where did you go? You are over there. Can I get you on this turn? I mean, I guess if I move there, we get the adjacency bonus. I can't attack you with the slinger. Well, guess I can't do anything about that. So, do we want the stone or do we want the marble? Probably the stone right now. So, the marble will be useful, but we'll pick it up later. And that gives us a boost to masonry anyway. We're only 4 turns away now from growth, which is good. And then we can work that tile. Excellent. So can't do anything with you. Cross the river. There's the barbarian. River flooding. It's not mine, so that's fine. Are we going to catch this guy? We've kind of got him pinned now, and we can attack him with the slinger. Yeah, he can't really go anywhere because he's zone of control, whichever direction he goes in. He's really got himself stuck there, so that should be okay. Let's start moving down with you. We found a goody hut, which we'll definitely go and grab on our next turn if we can. Got barbarians getting close. So goody hut gives us 20 faith. Found a new barbarian camp. And this is kind of what I expected. Right, so we're going to wipe you out there. And then we've got to try and get you guys home before any barbarians show up. Probably going to come from this camp, so... Choose a pantheon. Now, a lot of these pantheons have changed. It's something that that has happened in the recent DLC. So, River Goddess, housing and amenities. +2 amenities, +2 housing to cities if they have a holy site adjacent to a river. See, I never really build holy sites. Production towards wonders is always nice. Production from fishing boats could be useful. Camps, we don't really have a lot of camps. Faith from quarries, that could be useful. We are going to have a lot of stone, I think. So we could go for faith from quarries. Yeah, let's go with that one. Faith from quarries. Because we're going to have quite a few quarries, I think. That gives us a boost towards mysticism. Yeah, so you guys need to start working your way home. We're going to back up a little bit from whatever's going on there. Because I don't want to get involved with that. There we go. We'll leave the city-state to deal with that rubbish. So let's just back up out of there. What have we got here as well? We've got a violent storm. It's not near ourselves, so I don't have to worry too much about that. Also barbarian camp over there. Right, you guys, get home. We have to defend our lands. There is a Russian scout there, so he might... No, I thought he might have taken any heat that was coming in. There's pottery done. So we can now build granaries. So choose our research. Let's go ahead and get writing. It'd be nice if we could get out an early campus. And let's just keep bringing you guys back home. Let's go and have a look up around here. Try and give that barbarian camp a wide berth. So, we do need some more builders. We don't really need the faith now. I think I'll definitely keep the combat strength against barbarians, because they're the things we're most likely to be dealing with right now. We need to choose a new civic. Let's go military tradition. I mean, we may as well, because we do have the boost for it. So let's bring you home just before those barbarians decide they're going to attack. And let's have a look up around here and see what we've got. So we're having some problems with housing. We've got 4 population. So after the monument's finished, we're going to build ourselves a new settler. Where we are going to settle with them yet, I do not know. I mean, maybe we also want to settle over here. It's fresh water. There's horses nearby. I'd still like to settle there as well. I think that they're both 2 very good spots to get. So that's probably where we're going to head. I'd like to take that barbarian camp out along the way. So that's what I'm thinking right now. Let's heal up with that warrior.
It was a fantastic landscape. For all around were rocks of the weirdest forms, standing in apparently impossible positions. Some placed on or next to others in ways that seemed to defy every law of gravity.
So we found ourselves a natural wonder. It's a 4-tile wonder, and it gives +1 faith and +1 science to all adjacent tiles. That's probably not going to be too easy to get to. Now, we can actually promote and then still move. Let's go for hills. There aren't all that many woods around that we have encountered. Let's go and look in this direction. Yeah, it's going to be difficult me getting all the way over here. I mean, we might do. So I'm thinking we get like a city here, possibly, and then another down there. And I still think we should try and grab one up here also. So those are my plans. Back to my turn again. You're just going to heal up. Now let's just nudge forwards. Yeah, we knew that there was going to be some barbarians around there. Let's have a look around here. More horses again, but we're kind of getting a bit close to Russia here. I don't know what his problem is. Civilization 6 still does suffer from that problem that it always suffered from, which is where the game, you know, you sort of get penalized for stuff, and the AI doesn't like you because it feels slighted that you haven't built a navy when you're landlocked, or that you have a small army even though the AI by default starts with a larger one than you. There's still definitely issues that could do with being resolved in this game, but it's not as bad as it used to be, so things have definitely improved. So our monument is done. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a settler, start our expansion. We're just going to leave you here because we only have 1 movement, so we can't really attack with you. And you can have a look up here. Not that I'm expecting to find anything particularly interesting. So there we are. We've been going at this for about 20 minutes now, not including the sort of little intro that I did. So that is probably a good place to stop. I'd like to thank you for watching. I hope you are going to enjoy this series of Civilization. I do love Civ, and it's great to play it again. I shouldn't take such long breaks between campaigns. But I will see you guys on the next video. So thanks for watching, and until then, goodbye for now.